5 seconds. Start. Before we dwell upon the jurisdiction of the Drat to give such a liberty to the auction purchaser, we think that it is absolutely imperative in the case at hand to take note of the fact that though the appeal was filed before the Drat and admitted, yet the same was disposed of almost after 4.5 years. We are at pains to say that the Drat has totally forgotten the obligation cast on it under the RBD Act and also has remained quite obvious of the salient features and the main purpose of Act. In this context, we may fruitfully refer to the objects and reasons of the Act. The relevant part of it reads, the financial sector has been one of the key drivers in India's efforts to achieve success in rapidly developing its economy. While the banking industry in India is progressively complying with international prudential norms and accounting practices, there are certain areas in which the banking and financial sector do not have a level playing field as compared to other participants in the financial markets in the world. There is no legal provision for facilitating securitization of financial assets of banks and financial institutions. Further, unlike international banks, the banks and financial institutions in India do not have power to take possession of securities and sell them. Our existing legal framework relating to commercial transactions has not kept pace with the changing commercial practices and financial sector reforms. This has resulted in slow pace of recovery of defaulting loans and mounting levels of non-performing assets of banks and financial institutions. Narasimham Committee 1 and 2, constituted by the central government for the purpose of examining banking sector reforms, have considered the need for changes in the legal system in respects of these areas. In another case, referring to the statement of objects and reasons, this court dealt with the submission that existing rights of private parties under a contract cannot interfere with, more particularly, putting one party in an advantageous position over the other. In that context, the three-judge bench observed, as discussed earlier, as well it may be observed that though the transaction may have the character of a private contract, yet the question of great importance behind such transaction as a whole, having far-reaching effect on the economy.